Hey friends, I'm out here playing with this 69 Chevy truck that you've seen in other videos. I'm playing around with it. If you'll watch some of my previous videos, I went to the junkyard and bought a mirror from an 83 Chevy C10 truck. I think it was a custom deluxe, but doesn't really matter. I've got a mirror on this side that's the same kind, looks the same. It's kind of rough. It's got pits. The chrome's kind of messed up on it. And that kind of matches the truck pretty good. So this 83 is the same thing, but I took some steel wool to this mirror that I got at the junkyard off the 83, and I cleaned it up best I'm going to. And this is the worst one. It's got a few cracks in it in the glass. So I have put some Gorilla Glue on it in the cracks, trying to fill up the cracks. And you're supposed to let it set up for a couple hours. So I've got it set and flat. I thought, well, there's nothing wrong with this mirror. I can still use it just fine and be on the passenger side. But this mirror is cracked, and I thought the Gorilla Glue might hold the glass in place a little bit longer and not come out through the jarring of the driving it down the road and the potholes and stuff that you might come across. And if it does fall out, it's no big loss. But anyway, I put some Gorilla Glue in there and I'm letting it dry. I've got a 350 emblem here, and there wasn't any paint in any of this stuff, so I got some paint markers and I painted all this black, and then I took some steel wool and kind of scuffed it up a little bit, pardon me, where you can see the 350. Now the 8, which designates V8 truck, of course it's a 350, and I thought, well, I seen a little bit of sketches of white in there, so I took me a white paint marker and I went over this a few times. And because the chrome in the middle of the 8 is really smooth, I've had to do this two or three times. But it looks pretty good. I'm letting it dry, and I'm going to get me some steel wool. And I'll clean all this up. And when I stick it on the truck, which goes right under here, it'll say 8, and 350. This old truck, if I haven't told you before, if you're new to the channel, it's an old 69 C10 truck. And I'll show you around a little bit of it. There's nothing special about the truck, but it does run really well. Good little old truck. It's just an old, I guess you'd call it shop truck. All this was black, the roof and stuff at one time, but I've painted it white with spray paint and scuffed it up so it looks like it's been on there a long time. And the way I paint it does, it looks like it's been on there a long time, and it's exactly what I wanted. I put that mirror on too, by the way, a long time ago. It's the best I can come up with. It's not the right one for this truck, but hey, it does the job. I put the wheels and tires on it. I've had the exhaust put on it with the tips. My wife was kind enough when I got the truck to paint the letters on the truck and kind of scuffed them up to look original. I guess you can hear that balking bird. I'm not sure where he's at, but he's going crazy today, I guess because it's such a pretty day. But this is it. And as I said, if you're new to the channel, I've had this truck for maybe a couple of years or so. But the last video I put up, I forgot what I was washing it. That's what it was. And I thought, I ended the video and I thought, I'd like to see what it kind of looks like with black shiny paint. So I ran in the garage real quick. I was in a hurry to go somewhere. I forgot even where I was going. But anyway, I got some gloss black and sprayed on here. And as you can see, it's kind of orange peel. I haven't done anything to it. I was going to kind of scuff it up a little bit just to see what it would look like. And right here, I guess you can see, I don't know if you can or not, but it's supposed to say C10. I hope you can see that. The sun's out and I can't really see what I'm pointing out. But anyway, I was just kind of playing around with it. These old kind of trucks and cars that I fool with are kind of not expensive vehicles, and you can kind of play with them and you can't really hurt them at this point. And to me, they're just glad to be alive, because most of these old cars and trucks have been gone a long time. Anyway, here's what I've got done. I was trying to cover up some of these holes. I measured where my other door mirror was at, and I kind of halfway, you can see some of the little marks I've made. I'm gonna, let me see, let me get this piece of rubber. I'm gonna try to stick it on here where the holes are at. I've marked them and drilled them out. I'm gonna put this is the rubber that goes in between the base that the mirror mounts on. Hope you can see all this. Anyway, it goes right here, then the mirror has a screw that mounts into this base, and that's how it stays on. As you can see, this old truck has had a lot of mirrors put on it. Kind of looks like termites has been into it, but actually it's been mirrors. And this old truck had some big old mirrors when I got it, and I took them off. And I just had the one mirror on the other side, and that's what I put on it. But this old truck is, if it could talk, I'd say it's got some stories to tell, because it's got some holes everywhere a little bit on it. But you know, that's okay. It's just to know what I call, or what everybody else calls them, a shop truck. Some people don't like to use the word rat rod, so shop truck's good enough, and that's what this is. And as you can see, there's no holes under here, so I can mount a emblem that says the 8 and the 350. And I thought I had one there, but I did not, so I'm going to have to hunt for another emblem to go under there so it'll kind of match. But in the meantime, I've got the holes here. And you know, this old truck, getting back to this truck here, of what I think's happened, I think this thing has got different fenders on it, because you can see the holes that are in here for trim. And I'm not sure what goes there. I'm sure it's something, you know, Chevrolet or 350. I'm really not sure. But anyway, it's got some holes here and here. And I think there must have been maybe some trim. And you can see where the termites have put mirrors up here. And I've took all them down too. But you know what? It's still a good old truck. And I like this truck a whole lot. And I still got those 1957 grills if somebody'd like to make me an offer on it. I've got 2 of them. This one is all bolted together. They're all complete. This one has just been unbolted. This one's still bolted up. And I've done all this myself. If you watch some of my earlier videos, you'll see what I've done. I've kind of cleared this, and it needs to be done again, and painted all this white. And I didn't do a real good job. I was in a real big hurry. But I was putting it on my 57 Chevy truck that I have in the backyard. And I'm going to get it out and play with it some, so just be patient with me. But I took the reverse lights off, and I had a few comments on that. Most of them was put them back on, so I might wind up doing that. But I found something as I was looking around that I thought was kind of neat. It's a tissue dispenser, and I forgot I had this. I really did. I'm awful bad about setting stuff down, and I can't remember where I set it, but it latches. But what it is, it's not really a tissue dispenser. It's really where you can hide your radio. And I've had this for years. I've even forgot I had it. So I might wind up using this on something. I'm not for sure. Maybe y'all seen these before, but here's a place where you can put your emblem, you know, GM or Ford emblem, whatever you want to put this in. But might wind up putting the radio in here and kind of hiding it. This radio on this truck doesn't work, but I've got a friend that's got a radio he says will work in here, so I might wind up, I won't use it on this, but next time I get something that I'm trying to hide the radio, I might just use this, because I don't think anybody would look in a tissue dispenser for a radio. Anyway, that's what I'm doing right now, and I'm going to clean up this emblem. And I'll try to show you what it looks like when I get done. I've drunk a lot of coffee if you're wondering why I'm talking so much. But I'll get back to this, and we'll put the mirror on and we'll see what it looks like. Talk to you in a little bit. Hang on.